Education. It can build economies and it can change lives. It provides people the career mobility they need to be the person they want to be, and it allows them to put food on the table every night. If you want to attract and build trust with an audience, you just need to help them be successful. Hi there, my name is Eric Peters, and today I'm going to be talking to you about creating educational video content, including what we've learned over the years here at HubSpot Academy. I've led marketing for HubSpot Academy for years, and it's been an honor to work on a program that helps so many people learn marketing, sales, and customer service skills. HubSpot Academy is the free training and certification division of HubSpot. We have almost 30 people on our team, from professors to content editors to learning and development specialists, web developers, acquisition marketers, and of course, video producers. Not only does the Academy help HubSpot's customers learn how to use our software, but it helps our free users learn our free products and introduces thousands of people to the HubSpot brand every day by helping them progress in their careers. The demand for video-based learning is massive. Student debt in the US has risen to outrageous amounts, and business students aren't learning the digital business skills at most universities that they need to get a job or be successful in their job. Not only that, but consumer behavior is changing so fast that business professionals have to constantly be learning and evolving. As a result, the do-it-yourself education movement has exploded. Coursera has 28 million users. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. We watch over 1 billion hours of YouTube videos per day, more than Netflix and Facebook combined. And searches for how-to videos on YouTube have been increasing 70% year over year, according to Brandwatch. Training topics that change quickly are hard for university curriculums to keep up with, which is why we in the industry have to step in and create that educational content. In order to understand how HubSpot Academy got to where it is today, you'll have to understand how it started and how it's grown over the years. At first, our sole focus was our customers, just teaching them how to use HubSpot's marketing software. We realized early on that marketing software in particular can be pretty easily misused. We really needed to teach our users how to be good marketers, not just good HubSpot users. It's a good thing we did that, because our maniacal focus on helping our customers be not just successful HubSpot users, but successful marketers caught the eye of the industry.
Hi there, I'm Lindsay with HubSpot Academy. Let me introduce you to the world of inbound and provide a big picture view of everything you need for a successful inbound strategy. So why inbound? Well, inbound is transforming the way the world does business. In today's world, buyers have all the power. Think about the process you went through the last time you made a purchase. Did you call up a salesperson asking to buy, or did you get online and do some research? I'd be willing to bet you did your research. Inbound is a fundamental shift in the way you do business. Instead of an interruption-based message where the marketer or salesperson has all the control, inbound is about empowering potential customers. The outbound way of doing business is interruptive and business-centric. Ever receive an email that you didn't find helpful or relevant? What about getting a cold call about a product or service that you knew nothing about and had no idea how they got your phone number? The traditional way of doing things is convenient for the company because they can push a message to someone whenever they want, even when the potential customer doesn't want it. It's not such a great experience for the real-life person on the other end, that potential customer. Inbound is focused on getting found by your potential customers and building trust until they decide to be your customer. Wouldn't you prefer to deal with a business that's focused on your needs instead of their own?
Our mission is simple. We aim to educate and inspire people so that we together transform the way the world does business. Being extremely principled and mission-driven has allowed our team to maintain that focus on delivering educational video content that solves for the customer. Knowing your audience well is crucial to picking the right topics and delivering the right level of training. We've learned over the years that a lesson that one person considers introductory, another will consider advanced. So I recommend working backwards from the change in behavior you aim to invoke and then lean on the side of advanced. When educational content is advanced enough for your audience to need to work hard to understand it, they tend to value it more. If it's all content that the learner already knows, they might feel like they wasted their time or not watch any more of your video content. It's also important to know how your audience prefers to learn. For instance, if the majority of your audience is busy during the day, or perhaps they work in situations where their boss isn't okay with them doing video training while on the job, a more mobile-friendly experience might be expected. That will change the visual composition of your video. You'll use bigger text, fewer visuals, and really focus on the audio track, teaching the user everything they need to know. While I'm talking about video formats and accessibility, I want to make sure I mention that educational content has more stringent requirements for accessibility. If you want to walk the walk of a true educator, you'll need closed captioning on all of your educational videos. Over 450 million people worldwide are deaf or hard of hearing, and that number is expected to reach 900 million by 2050, according to the World Health Organization. There are dozens of transcription services to choose from, many of which are relatively cheap. So to us, it's an absolute must for educational video content to have closed captioning. Not only will it help more people watch your videos, but it will also provide search engines additional text to crawl, increasing your search rankings and helping more people find your video. It's really a win-win. In terms of our process, we like to think about educational videos the same way HubSpot's product team thinks about software applications. They're never really in their final form. As the topics and demand for training changes, your videos have to change too. This is especially true when you're teaching people how to use software, because features and the user interface are going to change. For this reason, take an iterative, agile approach to your educational video content. Release early and often, gather feedback constantly, and act on that feedback in the next iteration. If you're going to create training content, don't let view counts be your driving metric. This type of content is about having an impact on your audience and truly transforming the way they do something. Measure success by their feedback and their engagement rates. Don't be afraid to remove and replace videos, because having outdated training content in the wild can confuse your audience and even hurt your reputation as an educator. When you're thinking about your educational content like software that you're going to release early, gather feedback, iterate on, and release again, it's easy to see why process is so important. Here are 10 steps the HubSpot Academy team goes through to create a new video lesson. There are quite a few intricacies involved in creating fair and productive assessments to go along with your educational video, but to keep this video focused on video learning, I've purposefully left those out. Remember, your process isn't just a list of steps to produce your video content, it's something that you can optimize over time. At the end of each video creation process, take a moment to look back and see what worked and what didn't. Your process should evolve over time. We start with the learning outcome. After watching this content, we want the learner to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Put that at the top of the page and don't forget it. We then split that learning outcome into themes, each with a more granular goal and objective. For instance, in this video, the learning outcome is to provide you with an understanding of how HubSpot Academy builds trust with online education. To do this, I needed to first tell you why video learning is in demand, why HubSpot Academy is a credible source for that information, and why knowing your audience is so important. And now I'm telling you how to create a new piece of educational video content. In many cases, each sub-goal will have an activity and assessment. Pairing educational videos with activities and assessments pushes the audience to apply what they're learning immediately, which helps them retain the information. Chris LaDolce, who leads our professor group, puts it best. You can forget what you learn, but you can't forget what you understand. Step 4, once we have those goals, objectives, activities, and assessments in a table, we expand on each section with a full outline of the actual content. This is when we choose the order in which we introduce topics so that they build on one another, and it's where we choose the examples we use to demonstrate those topics. We often split up the outline into multiple videos so that the learner isn't forced to sit through an hour-long video. As you know, engagement rates on 4 15-minute videos are typically higher than one 60-minute video. Notice that all of this documentation occurs before a camera is even turned on. At this point, the backwards plan is almost complete. This is our first chance to ask the team for feedback on the plan. We also do user research by discussing the plan with members of our target audience, university professors, and hiring managers. It's a lot easier to implement feedback at this stage, so we take advantage of it. Next up, step 6, we turn those content outlines into scripts. Over the years, we've gone back and forth on our scripting methodology. When we have an external influencer teaching a lesson, they tend to know the topic well enough to do it without a script. But by and large, we script the content out as much as possible. It allows us to have more control over the content and saves us time editing later on in the process. Step 7. Along with the script, we create visuals to help get complex points across. These might be frameworks, examples, statistics, bulleted lists, you name it. The benefit of video learning is that it's more immersive than text in a textbook, so make use of the format.
So when it came to measuring marketing, that became, at scale, that became a pretty precise engine to run, right? Because you could imagine a chart where it's like, okay, Mr. Marketer, you're supposed to generate $100,000 of lead value for the mid-market team this month, okay? So every day we can draw a straight line that goes from 0 to $100,000 of value spread over 30 days. Now, you can't have marketing run this super campaign in week 1, get to the 100,000 and go to sleep for 3 weeks. I just don't have the salespeople to call those leads, and you're gonna waste a bunch of them. Similarly, you can't have marketing go to sleep for the first 3 weeks of the month and then run a super campaign at the end. I got reps sitting around for 3 weeks doing nothing. So, when you have 5 salespeople, 6 salespeople, not as big a deal. But when you're going to start to scale, when you're going to start to grow, you've got to have a much more precise engine to hug that line really closely and make sure that the lead capacity you're sending to your sales team matches the sales capacity you have to receive it.
As Mark said, this matters more once you start to grow, but it's an important thing to keep in mind regardless of what your current size is.
In step 8, the first real video stage is our rough cuts. The speaker is recorded reading their script and the visuals are edited in roughly. This stage gives everyone involved a clear understanding of what the script and visuals look and sound like as an educational video.
Before we dig into strategy, let's take a moment to define what a marketing conversation is and how it fits in with the other moving pieces of your inbound marketing strategy. So, what is a conversation? A conversation is defined as an oral exchange of sentiments, observations, opinions, or ideas between 2 or more parties. When you think about conversations today, however, these interactions happen over a variety of channels. If you want to chat with someone, you can meet in person, talk over the phone, or through a video chat, via email, using a platform like Facebook Messenger, or even through social platforms like Twitter or Instagram. You've got quite a range of options. With this in mind, let's expand the definition to a conversation is an interactive communication between 2 or more parties. And did you happen to notice a common theme in the way people communicate today?
While I won't get into the details of our production equipment in this video, I will stress the importance of good audio quality. You can tend to get away with so-so video quality, but don't take any shortcuts on audio quality. Wistia has a ton of great resources for choosing production equipment to fit your needs. In step 9, rough cuts will be passed around to a list of predetermined stakeholders who will inevitably find dozens of tweaks that you didn't see. As with any creative endeavor, when you're too deep in the content, it's easy to miss small things that might be confusing to the audience. It really helps at this stage to have someone who is completely not involved in the video creation process to provide their take on it. We make a ton of adjustments to the script at this point to make sure we're teaching these topics clearly and using phrases and examples that will lend themselves to localization, should we decide to translate the video for different audiences or regions. In our final step, with that feedback listed out clearly for the video editor, it's time to create the final cut. Remember, when I say final, I really mean first iteration of the video. More feedback will come in when the video is out in the wild, so don't fall in love with this first version. Along with video editing, adding music and branding, this is also when you'll get a transcription created for the video so that you can publish it with those captions. Now let's move on to distribution. Your educational video content is ready. Publish it and use short clips from the video to help you promote it on social media. It's up to you how to distribute your new video, but my advice is don't let this be a last-minute decision. Think carefully about how your audience finds training and develop a distribution plan that aligns with that discovery behavior. You don't want to go through all of the work to create a great video and not have a way to get it out to your audience. Over time, as you keep repeating this process, you'll train that audience to expect new videos regularly. At this point, it's a good time to zoom out from that one video you just made and think about the library of videos you aim to create. Be strategic about the topics you choose. Are they in demand? What are the monthly search volumes for those topics? What is the purpose of this content? Is it to train existing customers or employees? Is it to be found on YouTube? We often check online course providers like Udemy and Coursera to see which courses are trending and how they title them. This high-level view of your training program allows you to think of all of your educational videos like one big publication. All of those videos will combine into an incredibly valuable content library for those seeking to learn about the topics you choose to teach. I hope this video helped you learn how to create educational video content that educates and inspires your audiences. Remember, educational video content is an iterative process. Goal your videos on engagement and impact, and focus on your audience's needs. This will let you create remarkable educational video and build trust with your audience. If you've made it this far in this video, tweet me your questions and feedback at EricPeter0. I'd love to hear what you're working on and how this video has inspired you to change the way you create video content for your business. Thank you.